Hi, I'm Mark Zipp at Crocker Farm Auction, and I'm here to discuss one of the great examples of American incised stoneware. This is one piece that truly speaks for itself. It has one of the finest renderings of an incised sailing ship that we've seen on any piece of American-made pottery. A design that is very anatomically correct, very accurate to what a sailing ship should look like. Sailing ships are a popular design found in American stoneware produced during the relatively early years of production. Most pieces known date from the early 1800s to about 1825 or so. And they usually have a more stylized and a smaller depiction of a sailing ship. This one really ranks as a true masterpiece of this design. And you can see just how elaborate and detailed it is. It really dominates the front of the vessel, curving around the sides, and it's depicted with 20 sails. You can see actually 20 sails represented on this piece. We have the bowsprit here with these stay sails. We have 4 main and mizzen masts, replete with sails. We have a commissioning pennant up here. You can see this pennant at the top, which signifies it's a naval vessel. Beautiful impressed piercings throughout really adds detail and appeal to this piece. Really prolific use of this stamping, you can see, producing portholes throughout the ship. We have this stylized sawtooth wave below the ship, this spanker sail at the stern, and then perhaps most importantly, this incised depiction of an American flag. We can see there's a decent amount of room in here to fit a large number of impressed stars, but we only have 14 stars represented. And so this flag, this depiction of the flag, really helps us date this piece. And very rarely, without an incised date, can you date a piece so specifically. But this flag, this 14-star flag, came in after the admission of Vermont into the Union, circa 1791 to 1792. So that allows us to date this jug. We have a classic Manhattan-style spout, Manhattan-style handle construction. This piece really just exudes Manhattan production, but the quality of the incising, as well as Manhattan is known for incised decoration, the quality of incising rivals nearly all incised examples of stoneware from early Manhattan. Manhattan's really regarded as the cradle of civilization for American salt glazed stoneware. Starting in the 1720s, German-trained potters traveled to America and started producing cobalt-decorated salt glazed stoneware related to, but with an entirely different artistic style to what was being produced in the old world. And based on the quality of the incising of this piece, we really feel confident that this is a Crolius family piece. So possibly based on the date, made by John Crolius Sr. or his more famous son, Clarkson Crolius Sr. And the period is exceptionally early. You know, we're talking 18th century. This is before all those maker's marks that you see, Clarkson Crolius, or C. Crolius, Manhattan Wells, New York, J. Remy, Comerall Stoneware, Corlier's Hook, David Morgan, D. Morgan, these early marks. This predates the use of any maker's marks in Manhattan. And pushing this piece back to the 18th century in date is really remarkable. I mean, it was produced when the country was very young, and it really says something about what this potter was trying to convey to his audience. This was shortly after America had stopped relying on British goods and was well into producing stoneware on its own. In this case, in Manhattan, it had been producing stoneware for close to 70 years. So this was a time when Manhattan's potters were really starting to tout their own abilities, their own ability at making something that was not only durable and high-fired, but also beautiful. And you can get the sense from this piece, it wasn't just about the ship, the artist's ability at correctly incising a ship design on the piece, but it was also about identifying this piece as American made. You can imagine that this could have been copied from a ship in Manhattan Harbor, or copied from a print or a painting. But the remarkable thing about this is that it really shows that there are still masterpieces still out there. This was recently found in the southern United States, and it ranks easily among the greatest examples of Manhattan stoneware known, as well as one of the greatest pieces we've ever had the privilege of offering. And we're very excited to present this fresh to the market piece to you in our fall 2021 auction.